Hi, cat. Oh, cat. Legs. A special cat. What you doing, creature? I haven't done this in a while. The whole point of these selfies, ideological selfie, is like, you know, I've explained this in other videos, but, because like a selfie is where you do this, and it's like, and then you snap it. It's like one-time image. Oh, this was my body in this moment. And I just think the ideological selfie is like the true self, the real thing that's not like this face and body. The true self acknowledging, like me acknowledging who I really am. And I wanted to be, you know, just a few weeks ago, or like maybe a month ago, I was going out to the desert making videos. I was feeling really good. I was at a good point. And then I've been kind of tilted the last few weeks. And basically, the whole idea of these videos is that I'm just trying to document my own existence. And it's not because I think it's more important than anyone's. I've been reading this philosopher, and when I say reading this philosopher, I mean like I've been reading the Wikipedia summary of his beliefs and stuff. And his name was Immanuel Kant, I think. He was a German philosopher in the 18th and 19th centuries. And he believed that morality was actually a rational thing, that it wasn't just some abstract thing or from a religion. And he believed that every single human being, with all of our actions, that like basically that for every action I'm making, that I have to think, if every other human being on the planet was doing this, would things be better or worse? Okay, so if I go out and I steal from a grocery store, would it be, for the human race, would things be more chaotic or less chaotic? Like, would it be better or worse if every single other person went out and was stealing? And he believed that every single person should consider every action as, what if this was a universal principle? And that's a really interesting thing, you know? And it basically boils down to, like, treat people how you would like to be treated and stuff. And, you know, Immanuel Kant was a Christian, and he believed in Jesus, but he also, like me, was not a fan of the entire church rituals, all of the ritualistic external actions, according to Wikipedia, of, you know, singing the songs, and then the pastor prays, and the pastor does the sermon, and he didn't like the entire hierarchy structure. And I don't like the hierarchy structure in church or government or anywhere. I believe I'm equal to everyone else. I'm not above you. I'm not below you. Anyone. And that's it. It's 7 billion people, and we're all like this on the same level. And basically the idea of these videos is just being honest and like not putting on a front. I have borderline personality disorder. And it's kind of a hard thing to explain, but what it basically means is that I'm not a very consistent person. Not that anyone is, but there's two sides of me, and it's the kind of more spiritual side that wants the best things for everyone on the planet and just wants us to be free and have equality and like get along and love each other. And there's the part of me that wants to work towards that. And that's what, when I'm doing these videos, it's just documenting my existence. And I believe that, you know, if everyone did this and we were documenting our existence, not for anyone else, but for ourselves, because we're worth it, because we are important, and we're not worthless, and we're not insignificant like the media and politicians want us to think. You know, like Immanuel Kant was saying, I think, you know, me doing this, would the world be a better place or a worse place if people were expressing themselves? And I don't mean necessarily talking to yourself in a mirror, but like you could do it like this. I mean, you could hold it up, you could set it up on a tripod, anything. Like it could be done anyway, but just the concept of, you know, documenting your existence. I think the world would be better. You know, I think we all deserve, every story deserves to be told. I don't think there's anyone's story who's worthless. I don't think there's anyone who's worthless. And I've just been kind of tilted the last couple of weeks. Oh, what I was saying though, there's the two parts of me. There's the spiritual side wants to do good, and then there's the other side that's like just impulse, addiction, wants to feel good right now in this moment. And that part of me in this moment, right, I'm doing this, making this video, but then there's a part of me that would really like to be drinking alcohol, taking oxycodone, and just like watching Netflix, anime, reading comic books. And not that there's anything wrong with those things, but just like the alcohol and the oxycodone and just checking out completely and like an absolute escape and an absolute denial of just like, look, you know, and then if I apply Immanuel Kant's universal principle thing to that, well, what would the world be like if everyone was just sitting around drinking and watching television? You know, it wouldn't be that great. It wouldn't be a great thing. And not that there's anything wrong with that, but to do it in moderation, you know, and there's a part of me that doesn't want to use any moderation. The addictive, like flesh part of me, right in this moment, would love to be on oxycodone, drinking some beer and on oxycodone, like, hey, let's stack it up. Let's take some Xanax too and play some video games and just be like zoned out, just like, yeah, getting destroyed probably on Dark Souls, this very hard game that I've been playing recently. That would not be a good game to get messed up and play, but because I've done it before. So I tried drinking before playing Dark Souls. Not good. Not good. Maybe if you were really good at it, but I'm not good at it yet. I'm still trying to beat the first one. But basically there's those two parts of me, and I think, you know, I can't speak for other human beings, but I think probably those two parts, you know, that spectrum exists in most people, you know. Most people are like, yeah, have the more selfish and the more selfless sides. But I tend to like, I think most people are kind of in the middle and you might shift a little bit. And it's like, oh, you know, but I tend to go all in. I'm either totally like trying to, I want to change the world. I want to leave something behind. I want to make things better. And that's all I'm thinking about. It's like, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm focusing on. Or I, like in the last few weeks, I've been really tilted basically, and I don't have to go super into that, cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, I've got a lot of money tied up in it, and it fluctuates so much. And it's like, I've watched my net worth fluctuate by like hundreds of thousands of dollars, you know, like I put a bunch of money back into it and I had like, you know, whatever, $350,000. And then I watched that go down to 200 and I was like, oh man, I've messed up. And then I saw the 200 go to 500,000 and I was like, yes. And then the 500 is like, oh, it goes back down to 300. You know, and then now it's like, oh, it's up $80,000 from yesterday. So basically, I just got to work on not letting this, you know, affect me emotionally. And I've got this app on this phone where you can swipe down to refresh and see the price changing 24 hours a day. That is not good. That makes me feel like a rat hitting a button for meth or something. Like just, and it feels really good when it's skyrocketing. Like when my net worth goes up $300,000 in a week and a half, yeah, that feels good. And then it feels really bad when it starts dropping. Basically, I'm too attached emotionally to it, and I've been tilted, haven't been making any videos. I've been on Reddit too much. I managed not to be drinking. Okay, I really have wanted to. I really wanted to drink. I did buy a PS4 and I started playing Dark Souls some. I always wanted to beat it, and I don't think there's anything really wrong with video games. I think it's everything in moderation. Like, you know, I'm probably going to play Dark Souls for a little bit in just a minute. And it's like, oh, apply Immanuel Kant. Is that universal principle? No, but there has to be a balance. I'm making this video now, so there's the, you know, the spirit side of me that wants to try to leave something behind. And then I'll play a video game. And it's like, if I could find a balance, that would be awesome. And that's all I'm trying to do. And I don't know, I guess that's about it for the update. Stay strong. Life is survival. And my legs have been really messed up. I'm standing here. I stand to make these videos in front of the mirror. It hurts. It's not comfortable. It's very painful. But my legs hurt all the time. I haven't been sleeping well. And then that adds to the whole formula of like not doing well mentally when I'm also like physically struggling. But life is survival. And I think we should all really be proud of ourselves for surviving in this messed up system with the government and the media and everything. Like, they don't care about us. They don't want us to feel proud of surviving. They don't want us to see ourselves as people who are capable of achieving things and accomplishing things and surviving, but we're surviving, and that's an important thing. That's an important thing. And I don't know, I guess that's about it for now. I haven't done one of these in a while, and when I first started doing it, I was like, I'm going to do it every day. I'm going to do it every day, and that's my all or nothing thing. Like, I'll do it every single day, maybe twice a day. Maybe I'll make 2 videos a day. Maybe I'll just start live streaming everything I do. And that's kind of like borderline personality disorder. There's an all or nothing, like binary, black and white system of thinking. And it's like, if I could just do this, like now, I haven't really been making these for a couple of weeks, but now I've kind of updated, for the most part, where I'm at. And I just want to do it consistently. It doesn't have to be every day necessarily, but like that's the whole point of Ideological Selfie. And thank you if you've watched to the end of this. Thank you. I appreciate that. Your time is very important. And, I think your story is worth documenting. And, but it's up to you. It's up to each individual person. Is it worth, am I worth? Does my life have worth, or am I worthless? And I think we all have worth. And that's about it. I'll see you guys later. Stay strong.